Today, I have 7 fully remote business ideas that almost never fail, and every one of them comes from a working owner instead of some kid that rented a sports car just so they could get a few photos. I've spent 38 years building real businesses, been through real hardship, real challenge, and came out ahead. And these days, I have a golf course up in Northern Kentucky that's running great. So if you're ever in the area, you should come out and play around with me. That's the kind of experience behind this list: real wins, real scars, and not a dream that I'm trying to sell you. I made this video for the person who wants out of the commute and the clock. Watch out for the last one because it makes a ton of money, but nobody ever talks about it. So let's get right into it. Here's why these businesses almost never fail. Everyone sits on demand that never goes away. Books have to be kept and freight has to be moved, and the overhead is close to nothing. No lease, no storefront to build, low overhead on permanent demand. It's very hard to kill these types. Business is a system, marketing is a system, and if you work the system, you will not fail. So, first up is a software setup and training partner. Small businesses buy software for their books, their scheduling, their payroll, and their invoicing, and then they never learn how to use them properly, let alone train anybody else. So, you come in and you set it up, train the staff, make it all stick over a screen share. The setup and the training happen online by design, and the new software keeps arriving faster than the owners can learn it. So the demand grows every year with monthly training plans and renewals. Pick one popular platform, get certified through its free or low-cost program, and land your first 5 clients inside one trade so your name travels. I push owners toward tools like payroll apps all the time, and the app is only half the job. Somebody still has to set it up and teach the staff. Most owners never get around to it. That somebody can be you. Quick secret behind every idea here: it's called guerrilla marketing, winning with creativity and word of mouth instead of big advertising budget. So the small operator outmarkets the big one by being memorable and getting people talking. I've used it my whole career. The term comes from a famous book, Guerrilla Marketing. Hold free office hours, one 30-minute open call a month for one trade, QuickBooks question for contractors, first Tuesday, no charge. Word spreads inside a trade faster than any ad, and the owners who show up free become the next clients who pay. The next one is a virtual receptionist service. Small businesses miss calls all day, and you answer their phones, booking appointments under the business name. Call forwarding sends their line to you anywhere. So it doesn't matter where you are, the phone's going to ring and you answer it for them. The software shows which business is calling. A missed call is missed money. Contractors on a roof and lawyers in a meeting, they can't pick up. So they pay monthly services to make sure that a live human answers because they're not trusting the AI still. Start with a single client and the phone you already own. Set hours you can actually cover and answer by the second ring under the business name because speed is the entire service. Put the checks into proper software and your first helper. I sat down with 2 attorneys on this channel and clients tell them, hey, you're the only attorney that took my call. People ready to hand a law firm money can't get a call returned. And one of them said that the bar is so low that answering the phone is how you succeed. Think about that. That failure is your opening. Run the lunch hour test. Call 20 local businesses at 12:15 on a Tuesday. Write down the ones who pick up. Most will not. Then mail each owner a one-page scorecard. Hey, I called Tuesday at 12:15. Nobody answered. Here's what that missed call cost you. It costs a stamp and no owner forgets it. The next business is lead generation for local companies. Roofers, plumbers, dentists, and landscapers all need customers, and most have no idea how to get one online. You run simple ads and web pages that make their phone ring, and every inquiry that you send over is called a lead. You charge per lead or a flat monthly fee. The ads and the pages live online, and the leads arrive by text, so your client can be anywhere. If your lead turns into a job, the owner counts you as income and nobody cancels income. Learn one channel for one type of business, maybe Google ads for roofers and nothing else. Then land the first client cheap, keep proof of the leads every day, and use to raise your price. Part of what I do today is serve as a part-time marketing chief for business owners. And a marketing pro I interviewed on this channel put it perfectly. Until a customer walks through your door, your business is only what's out there about you online. You have to own your customer, and the person delivering the new ones every month is the last expense that an owner will cut. You're bringing in money. So here's my favorite guerrilla move on this list. Generate leads before you pitch. Put up a simple page for gutter cleaning in your town. Collect 3 real inquiries. Then call the best local company and give them away for free. Nothing sells lead generation like leads already in the owner's hands. It's proof. Quick pause if you want to do this, but you don't know where to start and you want help finding that hidden growth opportunity in your business. I put a link below where you can apply for a free Main Street growth audit. I'll look at where you are, where the bottleneck is, and what I would do to grow sales without wasting money on random marketing. Stick with me because almost nobody talks about this one: medical billing, submitting insurance claims and chasing payments for clients, therapists, dentists, and chiropractors from home. The claims move through an online portal so the practice can be across the country. People never stop needing care, so the claims, they never stop. And every denial claim is money the practice earned and they never got paid. Be a pro at this. Get their money. They'll gladly pay to make that problem go away. Affordable certificate courses teach the systems. Start with one small practice. A solo therapist is a friendly first client, then grow one clinic at a time. I owned a skilled care nursing facility, so I've been on the healthcare side, and that world runs on paperwork. It's never ending. The owner never has time for it, and the person who keeps the claims moving becomes the one that's very hard to replace. Again, you're getting the money for them. The guerrilla angle is a denied claims rescue. Send me your 10 oldest denied claims, and I only get paid a percentage of what I recover. A check for the money they'd written off makes you the story that they want to tell other practices. Remember that text message from the top of this video? This one is a reason it exists. Short-term rental co-hosting, managing other people's Airbnb properties, the listing, the messages, the pricing, and the cleaning for a cut of the bookings. This business runs through the platforms and your phone. Smart locks text guests their codes, calendars sync themselves, the cleaner is local, and you're 1,000 miles away. The owner carries the mortgage while you collect 10 to 25% of every booking, 20% being the going rate for full service. Owners love the income and hate the 9 p.m. guest messages. And oh boy, do they text message you the craziest of messages. Co-host one property for one local owner at a starter rate. Learn the rhythm on that single place, then put the fees into pricing tools and a dependable cleaning team. I run a short-term rental myself in a duplex I've owned for over 30 years. The front door has a Yale lock on the Wi-Fi that texts each guest their own code, on at check-in, off at check-out. So I never hand anyone the key. The calendars sync across Airbnb, Vrbo, and Booking.com, and the guest questions come straight to my pocket, like that Wi-Fi password sitting in a picture frame. You answer kindly from wherever you are. Kind answers keep the ratings up, and every bit of it can be done for somebody else's property. Your customer here is a property owner, so find the tired listings with bad photos and slow replies and send the owner a short video walking through 3 free fixes. And borrow a trick from my rental. We leave guests a small Kentucky canvas print that they don't expect, and small surprises get talked about, and talk fills calendars. This next one hides inside every industry in America. The compliance paperwork specialist, the person who keeps small businesses on the right side of one set of rules. Maybe safety paperwork for job sites or the records for a food business that it keeps. The work is documents and filings, and it travels by email. The demand is permanent because the rules are not optional. Nobody budgets for a fine, so an owner pays a fair fee today to avoid an expensive letter tomorrow. And that worry comes back every year, so does your fee. Pick the industry you already know and learn its #1 rule book cold. Start with prep work, cleaning up records and walking owners through what an inspector looks for, then grow into deeper credentials later. I owned a skilled care nursing facility, and there may not be a more regulated business in America. At my restaurants and food stores, I spent decades under somebody's rule book. The owner never loves that part, and the person who takes it off their desk, they own every dollar, and the owner is more than happy to pay it. Piggyback on the news, the day a fine or recall hits your industry, send your 20 target owners a calm one-page note. Here's what happened, and here are the two things to check in your shop this week. It lands while they're nervous and they remember who told them. So here it is, the sleeper that I promised you, freight brokerage, the matchmaker of the trucking world. A company needs a load moved, a trucker needs a load. And you connect the two and keep a piece of the price, never owning a truck or even touching the cargo. The job runs on a laptop, and the load boards where the shippers and carriers meet. Everything you've ever bought moved on a truck. When the economy is up, freight moves, and when it's down, freight still moves. It just changes when it's on the trailer. Start as an agent under the established brokerage. They carry the license and the $75,000 government bond. You build your own customer list under their umbrella, and when it's big enough, you go independent with your own license. Agents keep 50 to 70% of the profit on every load. A typical load carries $150 to $300, and working agents build that into $50,000 to well past $100,000 a year from home. I lived in this world with my oil company. Fuel gets pulled from terminals and transport trucks, 8,000 gallons at a time, and prices change every day. I saw 50-cent gaps between one pricing district and the next. And on one transport load, that is a $4,000 swing on one load. The person who coordinates the right load to the right place earns real money without owing a single axle. Every broker cold calls with the same script, so don't. Pick one niche, maybe building materials in your region, and text your 20 or 30 target shippers one free line each week. The going rate on their route, no pitch, just the number. When a load needs covering, the specialist who calls and texts every Tuesday will get the first return call. So that's the list. 7 fully remote businesses, all built on demand that never dries up and overhead that barely exists. You don't need a building or a rich uncle. You need one of these ideas and the willingness to work the system, because there is always a way forward. If you want my help picking the right one for you, let's talk. I do a free strategy call, owner to owner, no pressure. The link's below. The spots are limited because, hey, I do them myself. If this helped you, hit that like button so more people who feel stuck can find it. And tell me in the comments, which one of these would you start first? I'm Dave Bay. Keep your head up, keep driving forward, and I'll see you in the next one.